This Week in Baseball takes on another new look. Watch the bouncing ball. First place is changing hands in the American League. The Red Sox take a slide from the top. The Brewers brew some changes for contenders. Changes out west. The Royals grab on to first place. Changes back east. The Yankees go over the top. The end of an era. A future Hall of Famer calls it a career. Headlines and highlights coming up on This Week in Baseball. In the American League, there's been a whole lot of shaking going on. Shake-ups, shake-downs in the East and West. The Boston Red Sox have been pounding the ball and coasting at the top of the East. But that was before they pulled into Kansas City, where the Royals got them all shook up. He's out. It's pressure time in the pennant races. You either make the plays or you don't. And right now, the Royals are making the plays. Tom Pouquet in left field. And here, pitcher Jim Colburn handles a hot hopper. In the stretch, you give it all you got. Hal McRae shows you that extra effort. Watch him now as he turns a single into two bases. The Royals are going after their second straight Western title, and this three-game sweep over Boston put them where they wanted to be, on top of that wild Western four-team dogfight. It's taken all summer for George Brett and company to reach first place. But now that they're rounding into the home stretch, they can be mighty tough to catch. At the same time, the Red Sox have to watch out for last year's defending Eastern champions, now doing some shaking of their own. The New York Yankees. Recently, the sizzling Yanks have been stealing the bacon from several contenders in the West. Richie Zisk belts one going deep into right field. The ball is going, but watch Lou Piniella. He leaps high, and he reaches over the fence and makes the catch. Highway robbery, doing an incredible 6-run Chicago uprising in the 9th inning that gave the White Sox a 10-9 lead. A crucial catch, because in the bottom of the 9th with a man on, Chris Chambliss crashes a long drive to right field, going, and it is gone. Look familiar? It just had to bring back some memories of the Chambliss 9th inning shot that won the pennant last season. And it could be another vital blast for the New York Yankees in 1977. New York knocked the Texas Rangers out of first in the West with contributions up and down the lineup. Roy White, the quiet man, puts one away. And then high-stepping Mickey Rivers goes right on, slashing and dashing. Now it's the turn of Sweet Lou Piniella to keep on chipping in when the chips are down. And pitcher Mike Torres, who in the last 4 years has been virtually unbeatable in the latter half of the season. This week, he notched his 7th straight complete game victory, including a win that helped sweep the Rangers. So fasten your seatbelts, because the defending champions are shaking everyone down in those wild divisional races in the American League. The Milwaukee Brewers have also been forcing some Western Division teams to take the plunge. This week, the Brewers made the White Sox bite the dust twice in 4 games. Milwaukee's not ready to contend for a title, but young talent could change that in a hurry. Like the youthful and talented double play combination of shortstop Robin Yount and second baseman Len Sakata. Yount talks about the Brewer youth.
I think we have a bright future. We have a lot of young players who are doing pretty well right now. And I think with a little more experience, who knows what we can do. We're going to all, I think, blossom at the same time. And I think at that time we'll have a good ball club.
At the age of 21, Robin is already a 4-year Major League veteran who's reaching star status. He's a 300 hitter. And he can really cover the ground at short. How about that? Yount is flanked by rookie Len Sakata, a 24-year-old Japanese-American who's proving to be a magician at second base. Yes, the young Brewers show impressive poise on defense. Here, catcher Charlie Moore picks one out of the stands. Now watch this, as outfielder Jim Wolford picks one right off the grass. Come on, boy. How about that? And pitcher Bob McClure picks a Ranger off first base. A great motion. The veterans put a kick into the Brewer attack. Bon Joshua belts this one for extra bases. And he really turns on the speed. Don Money is enjoying his best season with the bat. He's already hit over 20 homers, a career high. And look at this one. First baseman Cecil Cooper is also headed for his seasonal high in round trippers. And Sal Bando, the man Milwaukee felt it needed from the free agent draft. Bando brings leadership and inspiration from his championship days in Oakland. How about it, Sal? Can the Brewers put it together like the A's did?
I think we have a nucleus of a good ball club. What is yet to be determined is the dedication, and I think that'll separate the winning teams from the losing teams. If these young guys are willing to dedicate themselves to more than the 3 hours they spend at the ballpark, I think then you'll see a winning ball club here.
Thank you very much, Sal. In time, we'll see if Milwaukee can brew itself a winner. Although Philadelphia continues to romp in the National League East, the St. Louis Cardinals still hope to stay in contention with one of their famous late-season pennant drives. Lou Brock, or Father Time to younger Cardinals, can tell them all about it because he was there in more than one of those stretch drives. The Cardinals pose a threat with their offense, led by Ted Simmons, having another banner year at the plate. Here he drives home the senior Redbird, Lou Brock. Right-hander Bob Forsch has been outstanding on the mound. This week he won his 16th game and looks like he's headed for his first 20-game season. But the most intriguing reading of the cards comes from all those aces in the bullpen. In fact, it's hard to keep track, like last year's Fireman of the Year, Raleigh Eastwick, and Butch Metzger, last year's co-rookie of the year, who's been quite effective, as have Clay Carroll and Buddy Schultz. The St. Louis bullpen used to be the sole domain of Al Hrabosky, the mad Hungarian. He was really mad early this season when forced to shave, since he felt his beard helped his most effective weapon, the sight.
To be perfectly honest with you, I really feel that I maybe have average physical ability, but when I get my psych and my self-hypnosis going, that I can compete with anybody in anything.
Only occasionally could the clean-shaven Roboski intimidate opposing batters, so Cardinal management finally conceded to let the whiskers grow.
Maybe it's quite ridiculous to a lot of people that a little facial hair or something, but it's just like you're taking a gun and you take the firing pin out of it. You still have a gun, but it just won't fire.
The Cardinal lefty is really firing now, and the warning is out to the National League. The beard is back, and the mad Hungarian looks mean again. The Cincinnati Reds paid a visit to the Big Apple this week and picked up some ground in their pursuit of the Los Angeles Dodgers. But the big news in New York was that Tom Seaver was coming back to Shea Stadium for the first time since his celebrated trade. And the fans were there to welcome him. The long-awaited day brought a mixture of emotions.
Well, I brought with me the good memories, the fun memories, you know, the enjoyable things. And when I go back there, that's what I'll see. I'm not going to see the negative stuff at that place. I'm just not that kind of person. You know, I'm going to see my friends. I'm going to see fans that have been there for 10 years and watched me for 10 years, and it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
It may have been fun for the fans to welcome back their old hero, but his uniform said Cincinnati. And it wasn't fun for the Mets to really discover how tough it is to hit Tom Seaver. That included his closest buddy, shortstop Bud Harrelson. What's he really like, Bud?
He's just a super guy. He's been a roommate for 8 years, and I've known him for 11 years, 12 years now. But I think he'll bear down and do his job, and I'll bear down and do my job. That's where you separate friendship from competitiveness.
Harrelson did bear down with a base hit against his former roomie that set up the Mets' lone rally of the day. Rookie Steve Henderson, who's proving to be the big man for the Mets in the Seaver trade, proves it again with this ground ball through the right side, moving Harrelson around to third. And Ed Kranepool, the original Met, lifts a fly ball to left, deep enough to bring home the first run. However, one run was all that Tom Terrific would allow, and that proved to be unfortunate for another of Tom's close friends, mound rival Jerry Koosman. He pitched well, but couldn't stop the Big Red Machine. George Foster accounted for the first run with his 118th RBI, just about a run batted in per game. Over the years, Tom Seaver and Jerry Koosman have had a friendly wager going about their hitting prowess. And in this game, Seaver won bragging rights with a double to right center. Watch. But Seaver, Pete Rose, and the rest of the Reds have their minds on more serious business like winning a pennant. This hit helped as it brought home the day's guest of honor with what proved to be the winning run. Despite all the emotion and publicity, it all added up to a typical Seaver victory. And through this summer of changes, one thing still remains the same for Seaver.
I love the pitch. I really do. It is the most single exciting thing that I do.
Exciting you are, Tom. And there are countless fans who really love to see you pitch. We found some odd things going on as we took a quick trip around the major leagues this week. A stumble over a footprint. Atlanta, Chief Nakahoma is ready for a rain dance, but the sun goes on shining. Baltimore, on display baseball's smallest Scottish broom dancer. New York, the bullpen catcher is left-handed. Left-handed? I guess that's why he's in the bullpen. Pittsburgh, the Mets get to know that run-down feeling. The Pirates yell, "Stay still," but he won't. Now he doesn't know who to tag. The other man is out, but he wanted the guy who got away. The runner says, "Forget it, man. I worked too hard to get here." Cleveland, a pitch to the plate, and a pop behind the plate. "Help, help," cries the catcher, but nobody can. Some routine on a routine out. They both have got the dropsy. Kansas City, Fred Paddock drives back, says, "Allow me." Whoops, better not. The umpire says, "For that, Fred, you deserve a royal crowning." Back to Pittsburgh, umpire Ed Sudol likes to keep his house in order. An umpire's work is never done. And now the batter, Ed Ott, suddenly spies a suspicious creature on his front lawn. Ott figures he'll go get it. Then figures, nope, ought not. Don't know what it is. It's a creature feature, Ed. And it spooks the pitcher, too. So it's up to umpire Sudol to take care of the invader. Grasshopper? Could be an artificial turf hopper. But catch him before they start breeding, Ed, or we'll never get this ball game over. Attaboy. Nice going, Ed, for service beyond the call of duty. Now it's time to get down to some action. Catch this heads-up tag by Cleveland's Dwayne Kuiper. Aerial acrobatics at second. Here's another one, this time by Kansas City's Frank White. Wow! Action at the hot corner. Minnesota's Mike Cubbage knocks it down, and somehow he throws the batter out. Taking center stage in center field is Boston's Fred Lynn. Just watch him make his move. Perfect timing. Now watch this. A deep drive to right. Houston's Jose Cruz is after it. How about that? Now when it comes to playing shortstop, Baltimore's Mark Belanger is the cream of the crop. This may not be the best demonstration of his defensive skills, but that was his first error in 62 ball games. Just 10 short of a major league record. Mark will just pick up and start all over again. But that will no longer be true for his incomparable teammate, Brooks Robinson, who announced his retirement as an active ball player this Sunday at the age of 40. Happened in Minnesota, where the fans gave him a standing ovation for the great years he gave to baseball. Retirement isn't easy for any player, but Brooks simply took it with a smile. Tell us about it, Brooksy.
I have no thoughts about next year now except staying home and enjoying my family and being home more. That's the main thing right now. So I know it's all over, and that's the way it's supposed to be. I only wish I had 20 more because I couldn't have asked for anything better to happen to Brooks Robinson coming out of Little Rock, Arkansas in 1955 than to join the Orioles and be part of them this whole career. And I'm just very happy that things didn't work out to go someplace else, and I can hang it up right where I started.
It started 23 years ago, and ever since, Brooks Robinson has been synonymous with the Baltimore Orioles. Some high points included leading his team to 4 World Series, winning the league's MVP award in 1964, the World Series MVP in 1970, one of the best clutch hitters of his era, elected to the All-Star team 18 times. He was an Iron Man. In fact, only Ty Cobb played more ball games than Brooks Robinson. Brooks is certain to join Cobb and the others in the Hall of Fame, and when he does, they'll have to enshrine his glove, too. It holds the record for the highest fielding percentage ever at third base, but that's only a statistic. Truth is, Brooks was a magician at third base, hot man at the hot corner, the greatest third baseman of his time. And seeing is believing. So long, Brooks, and hang on to that glove. Those Hall of Famers are going to need you to play third base for them. Finally, it's time for the Gillette Special, which is awarded this week to Bill Butler of the Cubs. Twice, Billy Bucks helped beat his former team, the Los Angeles Dodgers, with game-winning homers. There's one of them. Not only has Buckner's performance been impressive, it's remarkable that he can play at all on 2 severely damaged ankles. But play he has, and the Wrigley Field fans just love him for it. Congratulations, Bill. Your applause is richly deserved. So long, everybody. See you next week.